welcome to the Mindful Spark. My name's Dave, and in this video we'll be covering the meditation from week 3 of the Reclaim Your Past, Reset Your Future series. There's corresponding videos to this one and links can be found in the description below. This week's meditation is called Recognizing Thoughts and Emotions. And what we're going to do is just learn to observe the activity in our mind and start to be able to notice and label the specific thoughts we're having, because most of the thoughts that we have aren't relevant or helpful in the moment. And many of them are either about the past or the future or fantasy. So as we do in every meditation, we're going to begin by finding a comfortable place. This meditation is usually done seated with the eyes closed, slightly tucking the chin, flattening the neck, sitting upright, allowing the head to move towards the ceiling or the sky, gently. Allowing the eyes to look down at a 45-degree angle towards the ground, giving them permission to rest, to soften. Moving to the mouth and allowing the lips to slightly part and softening the muscles on each side of the face, of each side of the lips. This can often reveal the amount of tension, tightness we hold in our facial muscles, and maybe just taking a moment to allow that tension to be released. Letting the muscles become spongy and feel alive, feel warm, feel natural. Maybe taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, allowing a little sigh on the exhale, just letting go of any tension, stress, tightness, anxiety we have in the body, giving it permission to soften. Inhale and exhale. We're going to give the body a chance to relax. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now noticing the stomach, and while we're sitting upright, the diaphragm is freer and it allows us to be able to breathe easier. And as we learn to breathe more naturally, the stomach will tend to expand, the belly on the inhale and contract on the exhale, allowing more oxygen into the body and massaging the internal organs. Being able to engage with the meditation and stay more awake. Now moving down towards the feet, through the pelvis, down through the legs, the knees, the ankles, down to the feet, and maybe allowing a flow of warmth, sensation. We're going to gently squeeze the feet and toes, allow them to spread. Gently squeeze the feet and toes and allow them to spread. Gently squeeze the feet and toes, allow them to spread. And take a moment to notice where the feet are connected to the ground. Noticing how it feels for those part of the feet to be connected. Now redirecting the attention to the hands and gently squeezing the hands into a ball into a fist and allowing the fingers straighten. Gently squeezing the hands into a fist and allowing the fingers to straighten out and stretch. Squeezing the hands and fingers into a fist and allowing them stretch and straighten, and then placing them just back on the knees. And observing if there's anything that we become aware of, like a change in the temperature of the hands, or maybe a tingling sensation. Maybe no sensation, that's okay. We're just learning to observe. And the more we do this, the easier it becomes and the better we get at it. Now directing the focus of our attention to the breath. Observing the inhale and the exhale. The breath entering and leaving the body. Without having to do anything, change anything. Noticing what it's like for the body to be breathing just in this moment. And maybe on each in-breath, sinking a little bit deeper. And maybe on each in-breath, beginning to sink a little bit deeper into the body. Just sinking. Sinking, sinking a little bit deeper on each inhale. Now we're just going to bring our awareness to thoughts. Recognizing the next thought that comes up and giving it a label. Is the thought about the past? Is it about the present? Is it about the future? Is it a fantasy? As the next thought comes into your consciousness and you recognize and observe the thought, which one of those 4 labels can you place on the thought? And as we label thoughts, they often fall away and are replaced with the next one. And with gentle, curious observation, in a very soft way, we're observing the activity, the thoughts, the patterns. This doesn't have to be strenuous. Don't have to judge anything, change anything, fix anything. Accepting, recognizing the next thought, and giving it a label. Past, present, future, or fantasy. And if for any reason you're not sure, don't be concerned, just allow the next thought to arise. Accept that it's there. And notice when we get distracted by a story or a thought loop that tries to pull us away from what we're trying to do. That's the brain's job, is to throw up thoughts. And as we learn to label the thoughts, their ability to distract us, to pull us away, is diminished. Often we start noticing similar thoughts that arise. Just simply labeling the thought. Now returning the spotlight of awareness back to the breath. The inhale and the exhale. Maybe noticing as we try and focus on our thoughts, the breathing goes higher in the chest. Maybe just allowing the breath to be more natural, sinking down into the belly. Often as we observe the breath, it becomes smoother, deeper, slower. Inhale and exhale. Nothing else to do. Just notice. Now we're going to look at our emotions. We have emotions every moment of every day, but are often only aware of the more extreme emotions. Can you recognize emotion you're having at this moment? Can you put a name on it? At the beginning, it can be challenging to identify an emotion because with emotions, we often have more than one. And again, like thoughts, as you label an emotion, you often can recognize another one rising. We notice that our emotional landscape can be complex. That there's not just one emotion occurring at any time. Maybe there's a sense of joy, of spaciousness, of peace, contentment, wholeness. Maybe there's a sense of distraction, of discomfort, of uncertainty. That's okay. It doesn't matter what's there. There's no right or wrong emotion. The more time we spend taking the opportunity to just tune in, to identify what's happening in our emotions. Again, the better we become at recognizing them without trying to get involved, without trying to make a story of why we're experiencing this emotion. It doesn't matter. Can you put a label on an emotion you're having right now? Maybe it's like a young child with a net chasing butterflies in a garden, with that open, natural, wonderful curiosity. No straining, no effort. Just consumed in the experience, we can recognize our emotional landscape. Maybe taking a moment to check in with the breath again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Trusting the next breath will come. Learning to be patient with ourselves. Being an explorer in our own internal experience. We often block out what we're feeling, become numb. This gives us an opportunity to reconnect with ourselves. And if the emotions, if the thoughts become too overbearing or too challenging to deal with in this moment, that's okay. If this happens at any time, it can be helpful just to return to noticing the breathing or squeezing the hands and toes again. Focusing on a physical part of the body. This isn't about suffering or persevering, it's about allowing. Just inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Maybe taking a moment to be thankful for giving yourself this time to get to know yourself better. Having the courage to open up to yourself. We all have vulnerabilities, fears, discomforts, regrets, and that's okay. We're only human. And throughout this course, we'll learn to develop more compassion and forgiveness for ourselves and for others. Learning to let go of the past. Noticing that if our experience is not helpful to us, if it's not adding to our well-being, we learn to have the strength, the courage to let it go and become open to the full potential of our new future in a more joyful, kinder way. Having the gratitude for this time. The willingness to explore. Inhale and exhale. Gentle. Kind. Curious. As we draw to the end of this meditation, knowing that each time we have this opportunity that we strengthen our capacity to be able to sit with ourselves. So maybe noticing the chair or cushion beneath you, the sounds around you. And if you'd like to keep meditating, please do so. I'd like to thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you.